The early struggles for Caitlin Clark, right? This is what we have. This is game one against the Connecticut Sun. 20 points, 5 of 15 for 11. 3 assists, 4 fouls in 32 minutes, and she had 10 turnovers, which set the WNBA record.
See, she's a record breaker already.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Before we even go any further, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Caitlin Clark is not a WNBA point guard.
Oh heck no! I knew that when I saw her game in Iowa. No,
I knew,
definitely
yeah,
not.
I knew that. Yeah,
Mm.
I was gonna do something. I ain't gonna do that. You're right, sir.
And then last night against the New York Liberty, 9 points, 2 for 8, 1 from 7 from 3, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 fouls in 30 minutes. And I can tell you this: at least 3 of those fouls were stupid fouls by her. I can tell you from watching.
Oh, and also, I know we all gonna talk about it, but I just want to say what these clowns have done in the media as well as fans, right? Is you have basically posted the world's biggest bullseye on Caitlin Clark,
Oh, have they
right?
ever?
Every rookie, every WNBA vet wants a pound of Caitlin Clark's flesh.
Hmm.
Every night, Caitlin Clark is gonna get that work. The best defender's gonna be on her, and they gonna dog her on the offensive end, and they gonna dog on the defensive end. You know why? Because they made everything Caitlin Clark is a savior to WNBA. All them grown women that's been playing 5, 7, 3, 10 years in the WNBA. You don't think they got a problem with that?
Huge
So
problem.
I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna start calling them the Clark sexuals, and your queen is gonna struggle early on. It's gonna happen. So Clark sexuals, you in for a long, long season.
Cole Johnson,
Sexuals.
Cole Johnson, I wanted to do you a favor, right? Because I knew you was coming on the show, right? You see
Okay.
what I put as the title of this slide?
Yes, early
This
career.
is exactly what she's finna go through.
Who thought she wasn't?
A lot of people.
The Clark sexuals.
Matter of fact, I caught a clip of a former NBA player by the name of Jeff Teague. Think you two gentlemen heard of him.
Yes.
I remember him.
He said the WNBA have dropped the ball with Caitlin Clark after 2 games.
How?
He
How they
said
drop the
they,
ball?
he said they supposed to let her cook.
They supposed to just
How?
let her cook.
So
Jeff T, did
so
anybody ever let you cook, clown?
so so basically, what Teague is saying is it should be Caitlin Clark has the ball, and the other 9 players on the court should just scatter.
They said they should let Caitlin Clark get to the 2025 games, be the Steph Curry that she's supposed to be, so that the everything in the W can go higher.
Well, I do this show called The Morning Shift, as you can see behind me. Um, I have a segment where I would probably say with Caitlin Clark and with the WNBA, it is an iron sharpening iron situation. The only way she's going to get better is if she gets to see these other ballers who know the grind, who have put in the time, and who have gotten rings, and then she elevates her game to their level. I mean, this is only her second ever professional basketball game. So we think that she's going to do the same thing she did only 1 month removed when we saw her in Iowa going for the national championship. No, no.
And here's the funny thing. You know how these people was just hyping Caitlin Clark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hyping Caitlin Clark. Cool. You see my comments in these comment sessions.
You seen
What did
mine too, sir?
what did I just call the Connecticut Sun?
The third best team in the W.
What is the New York Liberty?
Second best team in the dub.
Those who, and I'm not saying if you're a casual fan, I'm not taking this at you. I'm taking this to the people who know the game of the basketball, who have
And wait
covered the
till they play
WNBA.
the Aces.
Hold on, I'm
Wait
gonna
till
get
they
to that.
play the Aces.
This
Oh my
is for
god.
y'all because y'all sat here and said I'm taking Caitlin Clark over the Connecticut Sun. What is wrong with y'all?
Cocaine is a heck of a drug. That's what's wrong with them.
The casual fans, I'll let you pass because you don't know. But
They ain't nothing but Clark sexuals anyway, so they don't know no better.
it's the people who know the game who've been speaking about the WNBA and wanting them to succeed so much. Y'all are rookies finna walk into Connecticut and take down the Connecticut Sun when they got their big three back.
There's a lot of teams that they're not about to walk in there and walk over. They're gonna win some games. Caitlin Clark is gonna look good in certain games, but Steph Curry, and I want to back up to what you said about Steph Curry just for a quick second. Steph Curry didn't walk into the NBA and start shooting 30-footers. That's not how it went.
No.
Steph Curry had to struggle. Steph Curry had to get better. He had to go out there and do what Christian Brown needs to do, and shoot 2,000-3,000 jump shots a day in the off season, off days. You got to go work at your craft. And Caitlin's just getting there, so she hasn't had time to work at her craft on the WNBA level, the professional basketball level. She gonna be fine, but it ain't gonna be this season. She'll have some glimpses this year. Give her a year or two, then we're gonna start seeing her get more comfortable. Maybe we see her body change a little bit more muscle. We see her look more like a WNBA player. That's when you're gonna start to see the Caitlin Clark that you're expecting. It's just her Clark sexuals are expecting it too soon.
And one thing, everybody point fingers at everybody. What you need to point the fingers at is how the WNBA made their schedule. Because we just said her opening game was against the third best team in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her home opener was against the second best team in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cole Johnson, look at their schedule. Look at that schedule.
But
that
I'm saying
the next 5 games for Caitlin Clark.
But Playmaker, can I ask you a serious question?
Go ahead.
What are going to be the easy teams for her?
A 3-game road trip. 4 out of the next 5.
Like what are going to be the teams that she's going to go out and really be able to just get off on right now?
Her first game where she's going to be able to do what she can do is the Storm, because they just brought in basically a whole new team. Even though they're veterans, it's a whole new team. It's going to take the Storm some time to figure each other out.
The Sparks too. The Sparks is a good chance too.
But you face your first 4 games is against the third best team and the second best team. Your first 4 games. And y'all act like Caitlin Clark is going to come in here and take over.
That's what they acted like.
Like Pat McAfee is learning. He's actually learning right now. Because Pat McAfee was one that was on the Caitlin Clark train coming into the WNBA. He's actually learning right now because Pat do know his basketball. I ain't gonna shortchange Pat. He do know his basketball, and he
don't know his WNBA though.
I'll say he knows his basketball. I say he knows his basketball because now he realized, like, wait a minute, yeah, that Connecticut Suns team is like a beast. I didn't know that. He was at the home opener last night, and he realized, that New York team, that's different.
Bona fide, verified, certified team.
And guess what? The next 2 games is against those same 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see what the coaches learned from game 1 between both teams, what did Caitlin Clark learn from game 1s of both teams, and can she adjust? Because now you're going to New York. See, the last time you was in New York, it was in your favor. Because people was behind you when you went against LSU, and you going to the Barclays Center. It's straight liberty there.
What do you mean, sir? Caitlin Clark, Clark sexuals are everywhere.
Oh
Lord. Trust me. Trust me. I know the Barclays Center. It's gonna be Liberty down.
No, it's gonna be Liberty down.
And that's the home opener for the Liberty too.
The Clark sexuals are everywhere. Lord have mercy.
So I'm just letting you know, her first 4 games is against the 2 of the 3 best teams in the league. Then we might can see what Caitlin Clark can be in the future when she go against the Storm and the Sparks in a West Coast trip before she meet the champs. And trust me, do not let Chelsea Gray be back before that game. Because Chelsea Gray wants some Caitlin Clark.
She wants some bad. Ooh.
And she going. You see what Carrington did to her in game 1.
They gonna try to let.
You see what Belashney did to her last night? Locked her
They gonna try to
down.
stop her from scoring any points.
And guess what? Candy Clark gotta go right back through the Belashney again on tomorrow. And then Monday got to deal with Carrington again. And by the way, Carrington great. Oh my God. She's a hell of a defender. Okay. And then we'll see. I want to see Candy Clark versus Skylar Diggins Smith. I'm looking forward to that matchup. I'm looking forward to that one. Oh Lord. Because I know that's gonna be Clay Clark's real first game where she can get off because she's taller than Skylar, so she can shoot over her. But Skylar's a dog.
That height advantage is gonna be like Michael Porter Jr.'s height advantage last night. Non-existent.
And then the Sparks, Lacey Brown. That's gonna be interesting. Lacey Brown more of a scorer, not a defender. So can the cover have a chance? To do some.
I bet Brown getting her bag though. I'm telling you, man. Everybody's coming for Caitlin Clark.
Oh, and by the way, just in case y'all, what you call them? Cool McCain.
Clark sexuals.
You Clark sexuals. Just in case Tessa Gray doesn't play, don't worry. Jackie Young would be on that ass.
And all I can say to that is Jackie.
Y'all must not remember Jackie Young from Notre Dame.
Well, they forget because Chelsea Gray there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. They forget because Chelsea Gray there.
Go, Cole Johnson, go ahead.
Lord have mercy. Well, all right. 4 out of the next 5 on the road, so I get by competition, you would say that she could probably get off against the Storm and maybe the Sparks. I'm tend to think that considering that I don't know if she's had this type of road trip when she was in Iowa, I'd say none of the above.
I like Cole's answer.
And the reason why I say that is, this is a grind. And she has to learn how to do the grind well. And then let's face it, and Cool said it, and so did you, Playmaker. These teams are looking at Caitlin Clark like she is the defending champion. They're gonna play the Fever like they play the Aces, because they know all eyes are on them whenever the Fever roll into town or whenever they go into Indianapolis, and they want to prove a point that this young woman is not ready. That this young woman is not going to be the bee's. She may be the bee's knees, but she's not the bee's knees now. And I'm going to show you why she's not the bee's knees, and I'm going to show you all why we are. So you're going to be seeing these teams give the Fever their best shot, as if the Fever won the WNBA championship.
And we both be talking about a 13-win team last year, by the way.
Yeah,
and
you're going to see struggle, and I think she's going to struggle all 5 games.
And if I could add just a little sprig in there, they looking at her like for all the country people that's watching, they looking at her like a pot of collard greens and neck bones.
Yeah.
Since we're in a world of comparisons and whatnot, Cole Johnson, how long did it take Michael Jordan to finally take over the NBA? Because he ain't doing his first year.
It took him. Really, he really wasn't considered the guy until his 7th year in the NBA.
7 years. 7 years. Cool McCain. Now, I'm taking feelings out the way on all that stuff. How long did it take LeBron James to finally take over the NBA?
Probably about 4 or 5 years to really take over. About 4 or 5 years.
When he went to Miami.
I would say the year before he went to Miami was really started taking over, because he was really good the year before he went to Miami. Now the team wasn't, but he was. Like, he was really good. Like, you can see he was probably the best player in the league at that point. So that's why I say about 4 to 5 years for him to really take over.
How
I
long
give
did it
LeBron his
take?
props.
How long did it take Steph Curry to take over the league?
We see
Let's see.
2009. I'd
Who
say
who
about
who is
22.
about 7 years.
who they're
Yeah.
comparing her to being in the WNBA, which is Steph Curry. You said 7 years, Coach Johnson.
Yeah, 7 years. Sabrina Ionesco,
Still hadn't taken over.
and she still
Sabrina,
hasn't taken over. Right.
man, she still
No.
hasn't taken over yet. I mean, 2 games in and y'all already up in arms. 2 games.
And that's what
Two
I
games.
find, and that's what I find hilarious about this. 2 games, and we already are seeing. Well, I thought Caitlin Clark was the bee's knees. I thought she was the
Clark
best thing since sliced bread. I thought she was better than Diana Taurasi. I'm like,
Sexuals.
you only have seen her play 2 professional games.
Clark Sexuals.
You expect her in 2 professional games to be Asia Wilson? Really? Get out of here.
And
There's
then
levels
he
to this, and even in the WNBA, you will see, and Caitlin Clark will learn that there's levels to this, even when it comes to her.
now
Asia
one thing
just took over a couple of years ago. She didn't come in and be that chick. It took
Right,
her some time too.
right.
I would say this: the only thing I don't like about Caitlin Clark right now is her body language. You should know
Because
this
she ain't used
going.
to this.
Yeah,
You should know this going
there you
in.
go.
Like this is a
Thank
different
you.
level.
Hey,
Thank you,
she might
Coach.
have bought her own height, Playmaker though. She might have bought it to her own height.
I was about to say cool. I
If
was about to say that
enough
cool.
people stroke your ego, your ego starts to stand up a little bit.
I'm like,
If you feel what I'm saying.
you got to understand. She has the biggest shoe deal in WNBA history,
Before she
and she,
played the game.
before she even stepped on an WNBA court. So how can that? And she's only in her young young
22.
twin. Yeah.
Yeah, she like 22.
So how is that not going to your head? Where you got a chance to be in the national championship game in April last year, you got to be in the national championship game April this year, and then you get drafted #1 overall weeks later, and then you get a chance to show that you are the queen of the sport because you already have seen 55,000 people turn out to see you. Not the team, you. That is going to go to your head, and I think a lot of that is going to her head because I think she figured that it's basketball. It'll pick, it'll solve itself. Everything's fine. I'll pick up everything and I'll roll. And she's learning that you have stepped to another level, and it's going to take a different level of concentration for you to be better. And I think that's why you're seeing the body language being as porous on her as it is, because I think she's also expecting for it to be smooth, for it to be easy, for it to be well. All right, the shot's gonna fall if I'm wide open. Well, the shots might fall, but the shots won't if your legs are going to betray you. And mind you, you have been playing basketball on a continuous basis since October. Most of these WNBA players, they got a little rest before they had training camp. You have to factor that into it as well.
It's a great point, Mr. Johnson.
So, all you Clark sexuals, pump your brakes. All right,
Don't give up on your queen. Yeah, though.
pump
Oh Lord.
pump your brakes because those of you who are in the Clark sexuals fan base and who know basketball, and I know some of you out there,
Mm-hmm.
you should have did your homework. You should have looked at the schedule first and then been like, oh, wait a minute. Her first 4 games against 2 of the top 3 teams in the league. Yeah, you might want to calm down.
Playmaker didn't matter. That was a queen. It didn't matter. It didn't matter who they was playing. Real talk. It didn't matter who they was playing. They might as say queen. She gonna go out there and outdo everybody because she's that queen.
And in 2 games, she got roasted. So I'm just saying,
Won't be the last game she
Caitlin,
get roasted.
it won't
It
be the
sure
last.
won't.
That's why early
It sure
growing
will not.
pain. This is called growing pains. Okay,
100. It sure
Every
will.
everybody
player
goes
has
through it.
them. Every
It,
player in every sport has them.
That's right.
Even y'all kind had them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is what she got to go through. But she'll be fine.
She'll be
She'll be
fine.
fine. But she got to go
Just
through this
relax.
first. Once she goes through this, she will understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a different level.
And it should be better for her.
I can't run around and just shoot. I got to do
That's how I
other
need to
things.
prepare for this level. Right. I need to work on my footwork. I need to work on my vision, my handles. I need to work on all that. She'll learn that. But she ain't gonna know that because ain't nobody gonna tell her because all the people around her are cowards to leech off her. So they're not gonna tell her the truth.
Oh, yeah, you good as is, Caitlin. They just hate.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And one thing I do need to do, I need to find out when they pay Phoenix. 'Cause I know Diane Taurasi is looking forward to that matchup.
Oh, Diana is going to give her whatever work she got left. Diana might load management the game before just so she can be ready for it.
Not load management gate before so she can give Caitlin that work.
Matter of fact, I want that game to be before the Olympics. That way they can get that game out the way.
Oh, that would be nice. Oh boy, that would be nice. And I want to say like Olympic years. What excites me about Olympic years is you get the stoppage in like baseball and WNBA and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a break and then you get them back after the Olympics. So you get this beginning of these seasons. And baseball is like 8 months of the year, like it's ridiculous. But
Right.
you get these you get these sports, then you get a break, then you get them a return. So you get all this fantasticness without that little lull before college football and NFL preseason. So
Yeah.
Olympic year takes care of that for you. So God bless the Olympics for that.
Well, gentlemen, to let you know, the Fever play the Mercury in Phoenix June 30th. So they will be playing each other 3 weeks before the Olympics begin.
All right.
And
That's what you call
Diana gonna eat her alive
that's what
because
you call quick research from Mrs.
everybody
Johnson.
using Diana Taurasi's coach to say these veterans are a hater. Oh, Diana gonna show you who a hater is. All right.
Uh-huh. They tried to go at Asia, but they only tried to take out a piece of her actual comment. Then you seen the full comment and everybody shut up.